What is good, beautiful soul? How are you doing? It's your girl Esther Joy, and today we're going to be working, and thank you for joining me. So, not only are we going to be working as it goes, as we will be working, but we are also going to be talking about some stuff, hopefully, getting the tea, and I will be sharing some stuff about how it is, freelancing. We're also going to be talking a little bit about, the fall of humanity, normal stuff. I realize that Jedi's going to bark. He wants to take a walk, so we only have so much time. That will be working. So let's just get into it. I'm going to be looking, so this is like a totally new project that we're going to be helping out with, and I thought it was really interesting and something that you all might be interested in learning more about, so you already know we're out here. So yeah, thank you for joining this Work With Me video. Okay, so let's just get into it. I'm already, there I am, there's a live stream, but pay no mind, guys, pay no mind. All right, so here's a website that we're going to be helping design, and I'm really excited because again, from what was shared in the briefing, it's pretty much about the understanding that, okay, well, climate change is going to happen, and they have a paper somewhere that we will read, but that's besides the point right now. It's out here. So I think that this whole community is here for understanding that climate change is something that's inevitable. It's going to happen, and it's going to cause humanity or society, the one that we've structured, to collapse. Therefore, we need to restructure it and to set up systems so that when the inevitable happens, we will be able to navigate in a way that we've, prepared for, even though it's really preparing for the unpreparable. So again, I just learned about this. So here's what I would say, this is why I wanted to do this live Work With Me that we'll be doing just for a little bit, honestly, just to get the scope of the project down. So this is how the freelance process looks like. First, you want to get to know as much as you can about who you're working with and what their values are, what is going on here. So I'm actually going to take a couple screenshots as well. And the reason why is because when I'm going to design and help design the rest of the website, I wanted to make sure that some of these branding elements are being taken over. And so that just means we're just going to screenshot and we're going to put this actually on our Figma frame. So here we're on Figma. I love Figma. It's great. It's the best design tool for literally anything, I think, but specifically prototypes. So here are some screenshots that I've taken so far of the website. I'll put them in kind of order. And as I'm going, I'm just like taking note of like the colors and the elements, like, okay, buttons, the text, the different kind of buttons that they have, the gradient, the cards, all of that stuff. So I'm just going through it, looking through the website, and that's what we're doing. So, all right, so here we are. There are two buttons here, new and what's next. So I'm pretty new. Let's tap on this. Let's see what happens. The original paper is there. So yeah, if you look at deep adaptation form, you will find this. You can tell me what your experience is on the website, but yeah. So I should read this, and I skipped to this because it seems to be the bulk of what's going on. Okay. Arose, academic paper published in 2018, revised 2020. Both versions explore personal and collective changes that some people to understand, prepare for, and live with social disruption and collapse in a loving way as possible. People from all walks of life are now considering what it means if it's too late to avert a global catastrophe. People are expressing fear and unease, sometimes in destructive ways. As the effects of climate chaos escalate, collective panic should bring about extreme forms of othering, such as xenophobia, racism, and even fascist responses. Guys, I'm going to be honest. Do I know what any of these words mean? Vaguely. And I'm just don't feel like it's really in the... Like, somebody out there knows. And I know enough that I'm going to continue to go on. No one knows exactly what happened. So they notice that biosphere and climate disruptions are forcing people and other species to seek new ways and places to live. While societies face collapse, racialized and indigenous communities, and almost all non-human species pay the earliest and highest price. The DA forum invites participants to understand collapse from a global and historic perspective, rather than as something that has not yet happened. So, this is participants recognize that many communities have already experienced the trauma of collapse, whether it's some natural cause. So, learning from our mistakes. Okay. All right. So onward. It's like a lot more words. Okay. That's cool. Okay, let's go to governance. Again, I'm kind of gonna take screenshots as we go to also pay attention to how these pages are all structured. So we'll just add that in here. So again, I'm hopping from one to the next, and I'm just like adding screenshots in here. So those are all added. I also think, come on, 2 devices out here, have some text that I can input as well. So that's good. Okay, so I just, as I go, any kind of words that stick out, anything that is to be noted for the overall brand, just like you look at it and you take it all in and you collect it, and yeah, we're working. Something like that, where it's, yeah, okay. All right, tea break. This is pomegranate green tea. Very much I'm liking it. My period just started, so like this is so nice. So nice. So yeah, I wanted to start off by talking a little bit about, the idea of, human collapse and, all that stuff. I thought it was like, it's really interesting. And what does this have to do with the future of the web, the internet, because one way I look at different ecosystems, and when you look at plants, when you plant them, they stay there. They don't have legs. They don't move. Animals, they stay, generally speaking, within their vicinity of where they can find food. Now, what I found really interesting is that I feel a little bit like humans are all over the place. And because of the internet, we don't even need to be in the same space to be all over the place. We are technically like in one space of consciousness, like all together on the internet land, where we're all communicating with our shiny glowing boxes and whatnot. And so I do feel like there's going to be a time where probably we're going to all lose power. It's going to be a mass blackout, and it's going to be a time where we will have to restructure. Now, of course, I could be wrong. I just feel like, And, maybe only certain places lose power, right? Other places might have power. Maybe nobody loses power but I feel like there might be something happening. So again, just having communities on the internet is an amazing thing, but soon we'll realize that it's not enough. And integrating with technology to make it more resilient to outages and other things, which is a positive thing on one side, but also can be taken quite negatively on the other side. I think those are going to be, some things. And what's good, John Joyner? What's good? What's good, fam? So I think that we will be finding new ways to use technology and, new ways to be more self-sustainable, new ways to take the communities and the soul families that we've been building with, whether it's been physically or, in whatever realm of this timeline that you have been building, which it all technically, if you can perceive it and sense it, it's reached a physical point of experience. And finding ways to fortify those so that, not saying we're a fallen race, but that we can help each other, I think, build up. And I think that, God's going to help us prepare, and, Source Oneness is going to help us in the ways that we need to. So there's never, ever a need to panic or to do something that just doesn't make any logical, not logical sense, because you're probably going to do things that don't make any logical sense. Like when I quit my job, there was no logic behind that. I wanted to make online courses, so I guess that was the logic. But practically, it just didn't really work out, though I still make online courses, and I love it, because that's what I want to do. I love doing it. So anyways, and it all works out at the end. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, I'm working on this. I thought it was a really cool project. I wanted to share with you guys and talk a little bit about the process and what that looks like in terms of when starting a new project. Thinking about how can you best help, the client, how can you best help yourself as well, in terms of, okay, how can I minimize the amount of time and energy I put in this to get the best optimal result. And so, yeah, all right, so now we talked a little bit about web design, talked a little bit about human collabs. Technology, I think, is going to be playing a vital role with what we see. In terms of this project, it's really interesting. I still need to look around more. One thing that I've learned is that you can never know enough about who you're working with, and that's something we're still learning, but yeah. Guys want to read a research paper with me real fast? Let's go. Let's do this. And by the way, we're going to definitely summarize and show you how I read research papers like a real one. Like a real one out here. So let's go. Okay. So, all right, they updated this from the 2018. This is a 2020 revised paper, 2 years in the first release, influenced lots of people. Okay, and a new agenda, community movement for deep adaptation to our predicament has been born. Okay, people that believe. So I'm going to note that, okay, this is what the organization or client is working with. And so my job as a brand strategist and designer is to think about the client. My client is usually the business, the person that's paying me, and the customer. Their clients, pretty much. So I have to think about them, I have to think about their interests, and I have to think about where it's overlapping and how I can better design a space or an interactive situation that is helping both of them reach their goals. So while I'm speed reading this, keep in mind that's what I'll be looking for. So this is compromised with people who believe that a climate-influenced collapse of society in most parts of the world in the coming decades is either likely, inevitable, or already unfolding. So and they're organizing a diversity of activities to help reduce harm, save what we can, and create possibilities for the future while experiencing meaning and joy in the process. So again, it's word of mouth. Isn't really being promoted, and it's there to promote deep adaptation through, they say, mass media, which is really interesting, and instead focus on enabling peer-to-peer support. So this is about word of mouth, which is the best way to connect with anyone, and in any business model, it's probably like the best thing ever. So yes, that's awesome. Okay, so let's go here to Figma for a moment. And again, we're just going to Figma. We're just going ahead over here. We're just pasting in this text. And I'm not really, I'm just like getting bulks of, okay, this is what the brand is. This is what it represents. This is who it's for, and all that stuff. And then it's just a lot easier to have an idea when you can pull out stuff. Alrighty. Alright. I really like this. Okay. Occasional papers are released by the Institute. I just read the first sentence, and then if it doesn't feel like it's gonna give me anything, I read the last sentence. Letters from authors, and then I move on. To write this paper, I had to block out time to review climate science for the first time since I was at Cambridge University. Okay, I would probably know that. Okay, this is like acknowledgements. Okay, very nice. All right, well, nice. Abstract. The purpose is to provide readers with the opportunity to reassess their work and life in the face of what I believe to be an inevitable near-term social collapse due to climate change. I mean, I think we're all ready for, the collapse of society at this point, because, nobody seems happy with it. Let's be honest. Everybody be blaming the Matrix or the next thing. It's just how it be. So they say new meta framing for the implications for research, organizational practice, personal development. Oh my gosh, all right. Let me just go back there. Approach this paper to analyze recent studies on climate change and its implications for ecosystem. Okay. Near-time collapse in society with serious ramifications for the lives of the readers. This paper does not prove the inevitability of such collapse, which would involve further discussion of social, economic, political, and cultural factors, but it proves such a topic of urgent importance. The paper reviews some of the reasons why collapse denial may exist, in particular in professions of sustainability, research, and practice. Therefore, leading to these arguments have been absent from these fields until now. Wow. Okay, well, some of this is kind of going over my head. I'm getting lost in the sauce with these words, and as you can see, we have barely made a dent on the scroller wheel, so we're not going to read the whole thing right now. That's too much, but let's finish the abstract, because that's the most important thing to read. Okay, so, alright, so paper reviews some of the reasons why this may collapse denial. Okay, anyways, the paper offers a new meta framing. Oh, so this is where the design part comes in, and where I think I'll be thinking of how the organization is designed on the website, how that's helping the different people, personal development, public policy, deep adaptation agenda. So I need to find the deep adaptation agenda. Its key aspects of resilience, relinquishment, restoration, and reconciliation are explained. This agenda does not seek to build on existing scholarship on climate adaptation, as it premises the view that social is now likely, inevitably, or already unfolding. So again, they kind of repeat, and this is good. Okay, so we're going to take that very important little bit and paste it here. Again, I'm just putting, trying to put things where they belong best I can. Okay, so nice. You could definitely read read the whole paper if you want. It's going to be a really interesting read. And I'm not going to bore you guys by reading the whole thing. I just want to get an overall feeling, and I think that it's great. Sometimes you have to dig really hard to find out about the client and understand their motivations and their behaviors and the pains that are coming up. But this is, I mean, a whole paper, so it's there, okay? It's awesome. It looks like there are lots of other stuff that out here, so let's, okay, professor, is this a blog post? So on Blogspot? It kind of looks like it might be. It looks like it might be on Blogspot a little bit. Okay. Anyways, nice. Strategist and educator on social change, focus on deep meditation and to social breakdown. So this is great. And this looks like they have, key ideas, intro talks. You can look up more things. This is great. Okay. Grateful for, okay. Don't be a climate, okay. All right. What got to do with you, okay. Telling us, okay. Okay. All right. So, okay. So it looks like a good, okay. All right. Well, this is looking pretty controversial, but, interesting. Again, Esther, what the heck? Sorry, guys. All right. So here's the actual map of the organizations. And these are the different people and parts of, I guess you could say, this form that work together. So again, I'm just going to take a screenshot and put that right in there. Yeah. Okay, let's just put that there. Okay. So now we're just kind of building up visually and on all the levels of perception of what we see here before we even assume anything. So really cool. You can see that there are different things. They're trying to map out how everybody is connected in this organization and how it's run. So one of the things I'll be helping out with is helping further with this structuring process, how everything is connected and how they use the website overall. And yeah, so let's take a look at what we have here. So in this circle, it says interfaith circle and circles, task groups. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, circles, task groups, and projects. So there's like other circles inside there, which is pretty cool. Like interfaith circle. What's our purpose? Understanding the relationship between collapse and our faith traditions. So that's cool. You can see more somewhere, I'm sure. Somewhere. So I'm just kind of figuring it out, how it goes. Okay, that's the image. Interesting. So they were using WordPress for the website. So they've done some cool stuff on it, it seems. There are different spaces that you can get involved with on Slack. The Open Collective. These are just like different, I think, web servers. These are like different servers, I guess I would say. And that's what I'm taking from the symbol I'm getting from this. Wow, you can really zoom in. All right. Nice. So, yeah, it looks like you have all these different parts. Okay, there's a core team. So the okay. All right, I agree. Okay, safety and well-being policy. Okay, I thought that said safety and website policy, and I was like, oh, I should read that. I mean, that's still important, but not as important at this time. Not as urgent for me to look at. I will look at it though. I will look at it. Okay. All right. This is like, there's a lot. If you know, so there's the Slack. So I should probably go on the Slack. So what? What is this? Oh, okay, so the main platforms. Okay, so you see, I don't really look at these sidebars very much. I feel like the sidebars are quite dated. They're quite dated, guys. Because it's not a mobile first. It's not mobile first. Why? I mean, you can't have sidebars on a mobile screen. So I sometimes feel like, of course I'm not going to contact though. So I think it's smart that it has this sidebar here. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, let me not, I'm not here to roast anyone or their website. It's not my intention, but it might happen. Anyways. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is really the, these page right here is the main page. No, let's get connect. Find or offer help in navigating collapse requests. I'm going to be helping navigating this website, and that's going to be what we're going to focus on out here. So I'm going to take another screenshot of this, just again with the buttons in their little grid system. I think that's always good to have. So let's put that. And yeah. So, yeah, we're putting everything together. It's getting there. You know how it go. Wow. All right. But the thing is, like, I am a visual person. All these buttons look the same. And I don't like to read. I do like to read sometimes, but, like, it's not even like there's that many words. But there's still words. All right. This is no biggie. I'm not going to think about it too deep. Subscribe, find out, send us a message using the Why is this button here? Okay. All right. Sorry. That serves a purpose. Okay. Stop, guys. It's so early. No reason for me to be laughing. This is cool. Okay. Sign up for quarterly. Join affiliate. Let's see if we join the affiliate group. So the map, we saw the map somewhere around. We saw the map somewhere around here, maybe. I can remember where. Oh yeah, here's a map. So we clicked on join an affiliate group. Okay, so if we click on that, here I see affiliate groups, administration, so volunteers help with that. And there's affiliate groups. Groups for members on the deep adaptation. Now, some of them are Facebook pages. Some of them are websites. A lot of them are Facebook pages. So now let's go over there. Let's go back over here. A lot of Facebook groups. Very interesting. So if I click on this, learn more. Okay, so it gives you a list of all of the groups here. Okay, and you can see that they're Facebook groups. Okay. Okay. So this is quite organized. Quite organized. All right. So, I'm not sure sometimes if it's gonna, like, what it will pop up. I accidentally opened up, like, Facebook groups twice, or the list of affiliates. So this is cool. So we're learning, I wonder what the groups will remember. You are welcome to join a Facebook group in your area to learn more about affiliates. So there's the guidelines. I was going to ask about the guidelines. Ooh. Content. All right, so that's all beautiful. I just like that cover. That's nice. I like that a lot. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, actually, because this is beautiful. I'm a sucker for succulents. Oof. All right. So, yeah, I think that's, in terms of time-wise, I am working to budget my time better. And so we're going to say that this was a successful research scope of what's going on for right now. There's definitely more, but I'm probably going to check my email and get the further information. And I think this is a good place to pause for now and just look at what we have, understand and digest it a little bit more, and take it from there. Alrighty then. Let's see if I can send it back. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Wow. Okay. Alright, nice. So that's pretty much, this is what we got going on so far. So, nice. We're getting there. Now, hopefully, this inspired you in some way as you worked with me to not take the world so seriously, not worry too much about what you can't control, and connect with others, because they probably are assuming that the world's going to end too. So talk to them, and you're going to be okay. Thank you for joining today's Work With Me session. I hope that you learned something. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment by